Your subconscious mind is feeding you a stream of thoughts all day, every day, from the moment you wake up in the morning. People often come to me and say, there's something in my subconscious mind that's blocking me, but I don't know what it is. And the thought here is that it's hidden, it's locked away, and it's out of sight. But that's not actually true, thankfully. It would be really hard to deal with if this was actually true. The truth is, your subconscious is feeding you the thoughts from your programming all day, every day. The problem isn't that what's in the subconscious is hidden and locked away out of sight. The problem is that because it's your programming, it is in plain sight, but it's hidden because you think that it's true. So you don't see it as subjective truth, you see it as only truth. It is your operating system after all. In this video, I'm going to teach you how to break out of this programming loop. I'm going to give you the exact method to hijack it, to stop being a character in a pre-written story and finally become the author. This is about transcending your patterns and stepping into your power to consciously create your reality. If you're new here, hello, I am your Muse Traci. On this channel, I help you unlock the power you already have but can't access. I help you break through where years of trying has failed. And the biggest hurdle of all, I help you go from intellectually knowing the law to permanently embodying it. I personally spent years doing all the right things and getting very little surface level results until I finally discovered what was actually creating my reality and why I kept struggling in certain areas. And then everything changed. Now I help people break the patterns keeping them stuck, and I help them start manifesting the love, the money, the joy, the success they've always known they were meant for. What exactly is this subconscious loop? Imagine your mind is a high-definition movie projector, and your subconscious is the film reel loaded inside. The film is made up of every belief, experience, fear, and conclusion you've ever formed, especially from early childhood when your brain was most impressionable. Most of these programs were written before you even had the critical thinking to say, wait a minute, I don't agree with that. And now they have just become your default operating system. Now, this projector is always on, constantly casting this film onto the blank screen of your reality. What you see on the screen, the people, the events, the challenges, is a perfect reflection of what's on the film. This is the mirror part. Your outer world is a direct mirror of your inner world. If the film has a deep-seated belief like, I'm not worthy of love, the projector will cast a reality where you keep meeting partners who are unavailable or critical, perfectly mirroring that belief back to you. If the program is money is hard to come by, your reality will be a projection of financial struggle. This is where the loop kicks in and it becomes a vicious cycle. When you see this reality, the distant partner, the empty bank account, you then react to it because it's in your programming, right? You feel that sting of rejection or that anxiety of scarcity. This emotional reaction acts as a powerful signal back to your subconscious. It's like telling the projector, yep, you got it right. I told you I wasn't worthy. Your reaction validates the original program and makes it even stronger. It reinforces it. You've just fed the loop your attention and emotional energy. The projector then plays this reinforced film even more powerfully, creating an even more convincing reality, which you then react to again, and on it goes. This creates a state that psychologists call cognitive fusion. It's when you're so tangled up with your thoughts that you can't tell the difference between you and them. The thought, I am a failure, stops being just a thought. It feels like a fundamental truth. You aren't having a thought, you are a thought. This fusion is the same engine of the subconscious loop. It causes a kind of tunnel vision where you're so focused on the movie playing out in front of you that you're completely unaware there's a projector running it all. You think the movie is real and you feel like a victim of its plot twist, never realizing you have the power to change the film. You have all the power. And willpower alone doesn't do a lot to fix this because our subconscious programs are so incredibly powerful. Trying to consciously fight them is like trying to steer a giant ship with a tiny rudder while the autopilot is locked on a different course. Eventually, the autopilot wins. Now, before I get into some practical steps on how to break out of this loop, I want to lay a bit more foundation here. You are not your mind, conscious or subconscious. You are pure awareness. You have a mind to navigate this physical world, to make decisions, and basically to use it as a tool, when and how you decide. The problem is that so many are a slave to their own tool, the brain. The brain has become the master that it was never meant to be. The thing you were meant to use as a tool to navigate has taken over the role as dictator and guide. Now, this can be remedied through this awareness that your brain is a tool, but you, the pure awareness and consciousness, has ultimate say. You do not need to take hold of any thought, and I mean any thought that goes against who you now choose to be. You, being pure consciousness, are not bound to the thoughts that arise from your programming. You are always, always free to choose again, to choose more lovingly and to choose more in line with what the free will of your consciousness has determined would be better to experience. Okay, so understanding the loop is great, but knowledge without action is just entertainment. The real change happens when you put this to work. This isn't about wishful thinking. It's an active, conscious, self-programming method. We're going to walk through a step-by-step plan to break the old loop and install a new one. Step 1, the subconscious loop awareness. First, you have to learn to see the loop in action. You can't change a program you don't know is running. This exercise will create that first bit of separation between you, the watcher, and your thoughts. So find a quiet place for just 5 minutes, close your eyes, take a deep breath. You can also do this as an exercise while you're walking or, working out at the gym or doing dishes. If you don't want to sit and close your eyes for this exercise, that's not really important. So use this exercise in a way that suits you. So observe your thoughts as a movie playing on a screen in front of you. You can visualize seeing them typed out literally on a movie screen. Don't try to control, right? We're not thought flipping here. Don't judge, just allow and watch. Notice the inner narrator, the voice that's always commenting from the moment you woke up, worrying, planning. See its words appear on the screen, and your only job is to just watch, observe. As you watch, mentally label what you see as data. A thought about work, it's just data. A wave of anxiety, more data. A memory, data. This simple act of labeling creates a powerful distance. It turns the thought from a personal truth into an impersonal event. Now, for the most important part, as you're watching this stream of data, ask yourself one question. Am I the thought, or am I the one who is aware of the thought? Feel the shift that happens when you ask that. In that moment, you step out of the movie and into the audience. Do this for at least 5 minutes every day. The simple practice is your basic training in becoming the observer. And if you can do it more than 5 minutes a day, that's better, but shoot for starting with at least 5 minutes a day. Step 2, create in the moment space with this stop method. It's like a 4-step method. So, step 1 that we just went through, that's great for training your awareness and starting to create the separation between you, the observer, and the thoughts. But you need a tool for when the loop ambushes you in the middle of your day, right? So, this is sort of like the real time practice to start taking charge of this subconscious loop. First step in this second step, stop. The next time you feel a familiar negative pattern, that jolt of anger in traffic or that wave of anxiety, you just stop, put the brakes on. Whatever you're doing, just pause. This will start the loop interrupt. Next, take a breath. Immediately focus on your breath. Take one slow, deep breath. Even better if you can try something like box breathing, where you inhale 4 seconds, hold 4 seconds, exhale 4 seconds, hold 4 seconds. So, deep breathing is a physiological circuit breaker. It activates your parasympathetic nervous system, pulling you out of fight or flight response, that the loop just triggered, right? Because you wouldn't, if you were in real, immediate danger, you wouldn't be able to stop and breathe this way. Next, observe. In the pocket of calm you just created, become the watcher. Observe what's happening inside you without judgment. Just scan your body and then observe the thoughts. What's the story the projector is playing? It can be things like, he thinks I'm an idiot, I'm going to fail, whatever it is. Just notice the thoughts like clouds passing in the sky. You aren't the clouds, you are the sky. Next, proceed. Now, with this space, you can proceed mindfully instead of reacting automatically. So you have a choice. You can follow the old reactive path, or you can consciously choose a new thought or meaning that aligns with who you want to be now. So this method gives you back the steering wheel in those critical moments that could become this loop, right? That perpetuate the loop. So, if this is already starting to click for you and you want my personalized guidance and support through this process, there's a link in the pinned comment below. You can book a free strategy call with me to see if we're a good fit together. This is the type of work that I do with my one-on-one clients. We're literally retraining the subconscious mind. I'll teach you how to stop these loops, to break out of these loops, and to become an effortless conscious creator. Okay, so now we're on to step 3, rewriting the code with repetition. Breaking the loop is the defense, but now you want to go on the offense. It's time to intentionally install a new program. You do this by leveraging neuroplasty, your brain's incredible ability to physically rewire itself. This works because your subconscious mind doesn't distinguish between a real experience and one that you vividly imagine with intense emotion. First, actively question the old programming. When a limiting belief pops up like I'm unlovable, don't just observe it, you want to challenge it. Ask, is that really true? Or is it just a story I learned a long time ago? This acts like a software debugging program, finding the flaws in the old code. Then you'll install the new code using your conscious choice in this moment. Every time you interrupt the old programming and insert the new code, it's like you're retraining your algorithm. So when I'm not lovable comes up or I'm not chosen, you stop, observe this as the old program running, and then In its place, in the very moment, you insert the new belief that you are lovable, that you are chosen, that you are worthy and abundant, whatever it is. You insert it in real time, and this begins to retrain your algorithm or your operating system. So, what starts to happen when you actually do this is first, you notice a profound sense of freedom. You're starting to create this space in the subconscious loop rather than just living in the loop and constantly feeding it. It's that feeling of being a victim to life that starts to dissolve. But this freedom is just the beginning. It's the prerequisite for the ultimate goal here, which is the ability to consciously create your reality. You realize you were never a victim of your reality, only of your pre programmed reactions to it. You were always the creator. You just forgot your own power. As your inner projection changes, your outer reality must also change to match the new film. You install a program of abundance, and an unexpected opportunity appears because you are now a vibrational match for it. It feels like magic, but it's simply the law of your own consciousness at work. Your outer world is the canvas of your inner state. So this isn't a promise of a life free of problems. It's a life free of the prison of unconscious reaction and the unconscious perpetuation of unwanted cycles. It's the quiet, unshakable confidence of knowing that you are not the script. You are not the character. You are the watcher, the director, and ultimately the creator. Now, we've covered a lot, but the core message is simple. For most of your life, an invisible subconscious loop has been projecting your reality based on old beliefs. You were stuck to that projection, believing the movie was real, and your reactions kept you in the same cycle again and again and again and again, a self-reinforcing thing. But today, you got the key to break out of this. You've learned the secret is to become the watcher, the simple act of observing your thoughts and feelings without becoming them. Through this self programming method, using awareness and the stop tool that I mentioned in step 2 of the action steps, and intentional reprogramming, you can dissolve the old loops and step into your true role as the architect of your reality. You are free to create as God. The power was never out there. It was never in your circumstances or your bank account. It was always in you, just hidden behind the screen of your own mind. It's time to stop watching the same old movie and start creating your masterpiece. So let me know in the comments below. Share if this awareness of the subconscious loop was an aha moment for you, and how you plan to use this to break out of your loops. And if you want my help doing that, there's a link down in the pinned comment. You can book a free strategy call with me. Thank you all so much for being here. I'll see you in the next one.